Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. This your boy, Rob Thomas Jr., and this is a special edition. 10 minutes with the real news behind the news. Yeah. Man, today is Sunday, March 1st, 2026. And of course, if you haven't been living under a rock for the last 24 to 48 hours, the United States is in the process right now of getting their asses tore out the frame simply because they started an illegal act of aggression against the country of Iran on behalf, really we ain't gonna say on behalf, Israel is really behind all this. All right, we're going to go into it, man. I ain't going to hold y'all up, but I'm going to go as long as you all got comments or questions or whatever. Hey, if you're watching this video, state your beliefs on do you think, because I got a poll up on my page, do you agree with Trump's illegal actions by striking the country of Iran? Yes, if you think Donald Trump was right. No, if you think he was wrong. But the truth is, let me give y'all a little history, first of all, about this thing. Iran would have been better off building a nuclear weapon. Because guess what? If Iran already had a nuclear weapon, this here would not have happened. Think about it. Look how bad we hate that boy Kim up in North Korea. But are we playing this same kind of game with Kim? No. Why? Why not? Because he has a nuclear weapon. A nuclear weapon is called a deterrent. The United States is not about to attack a country who can literally attack them back, but with a nuclear weapon. Are y'all understanding what's going on? Now let me give you a little history. Back in 1950, in the 50s, the United States had already overthrew the government of Iran and implemented a regime change. That's when they took the Ayatollah and ran him off and installed the Shah. That's why most of you all today know the person that's the Shah of Iran. Notice this. Now, the so-called Shah of Iran, the Iranians in the 70s ran him the fuck out of Iran, and they brought their Ayatollah back. Do y'all realize one of the most sacred persons in Islam is the Ayatollah? And the United States just murdered that man yesterday? Murdered him. Murdered him. Fuck all what they telling you on this fake news. They murdered that man. Literally. Violated the sovereignty of a whole entire country and specifically murdered the Ayatollah. Now, guess what's happening? They thought that crap was going to make the Iranian people unite and rejoice. All that shit they showing y'all about the Iranians rejoicing, man, do your research. Half that shit is AI and old footage. Them folks in Iran are coming together as a 98 million people country that they are. See, this shit ain't finna be like Iraq. It's not finna be like Afghanistan. Iran is a country with 98 million people in it. And Donald Trump just bought all 98 million people in Iran together when he murdered the Ayatollah. See, this is what's going on. Now, again, yesterday I mentioned in the video, we talked about how this affects us as Americans. Do you realize all prices, since Iran shut down the Straits of Hormuz, which I told y'all was going to happen when they kidnapped niggas with the door. I'm not bragging, but I told y'all this shit was going to happen, and it's happening just like I said. Not trying to take no glory, but maybe from now on you want to pay attention, a little bit more attention to my story. I'm telling you. Again, you have a person that's been in the military. You have a person that's worked for the mainstream news. I know that you all don't know that you're not getting news, you're getting propaganda. So they murdered the So they murdered the Ayatollah yesterday in an illegal act of aggression. Think about it. Donald Trump did not get permission from Congress. You know why Trump is doing this? Again, do y'all understand? It's gonna get gangster. Carlos, it's way past gangster. It is way past gangster. This is what Vladimir Putin said, literally. See, again, y'all got to follow world politics to understand why your gas finna be damn near $5, $6 by Wednesday here in America. Remember I told y'all yesterday that I told y'all this when they kidnapped Nicolas Maduro. If your next move the United States gonna make is get against Iran. When they attack Iran, the Straits of Hormuz is gonna be closed. See, again, if you understand international politics, you understand that 25 to 60% of the world's oil, we got a little oil here in America, but it's not enough to sustain or compare with all the rest of the OPEC countries and all that together. So now, by closing the Straits of Hormuz, Iran is saying that Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Kuwait, none of these countries are going to be able to sell oil, which knocks the oil prices completely out of whack around the fucking world. Iran is smart, bro. Now they finna force the world to have to go without oil, which is gonna raise the price of oil to almost $180 to $200 a barrel. And guess what? The news is already coming out that oil prices are rising. They just spiked by 15% since yesterday. So this is how world politics affects you. How many of y'all gonna be able to pay $10 a gallon? Probably by Friday if they don't get this shit resolved by tomorrow. Donald Trump has already reached out and trying to get France to to force a ceasefire because he did not believe that Iran was going to do what they said they were going to do. And guess what? The United States and Israel only have the capability to fight for probably another, I say, 30 days. But they are running out of missiles at an exponential rate because we here in America and the rest of the world who follow this mainstream media shit don't realize that through proxy, we are at war with Russia fighting Ukraine at the same goddamn time. So how are we going to spend money on weapons to send Ukraine and now fight a war on behalf of Israel against Iran, who has the ability to make weapons on a mass scale on a daily basis? Iran can make, just say, 1,000 drones, maybe 10 ballistic missiles, and maybe 5 hypersonic missiles a day. The United States has put so much money into the military industrial complex, their homies, who Trump and them is fighting these wars for, because every time a war takes off, Philip Morris, all these major companies, Boeing, all these countries that make planes, ships, trains, and bombs, they're making fucking money. So now we're fighting a war against Russia in Ukraine for the last 4 years. We gave all of that money and weapons to them. Then now we've been fighting Iran really off and on for the last year, because remember last June we attacked Iran and Iran beat the shit out of us and Israel in less than 12 days. Now again, Donald Trump, the fucked up, he's trying to get France to broker a ceasefire, and the Iranians are like, oh, fuck now. Now, Iranians told them boys, and I follow world politics. Last week, Iran, during these negotiations, didn't forget about last June when we was in negotiation, in the middle of the negotiation, we attacked them. Iran ain't forgot about that shit. So in the middle of these negotiations, telling Iran that y'all can't have a nuclear weapon. Why the fuck not? Israel got 100 or more. Did y'all know that? Israel is the only country on the planet that has not signed the nuclear proliferation treaty, meaning that if you are trying to build nuclear weapons or you have them, you have to make them register. Just like when you have to register your guns. Israel, for the last 40 years, has said, fuck that. Because they have had nuclear weapons for them to 60 years and ain't never told nobody, ain't never registered none of them. So how the fuck can Israel have over 200 nuclear weapons? The United States got 2,000. Russia got 5,000. Korea probably got a couple of hundred. Pakistan had nuclear. All these countries over in that area have nuclear weapons. And how the fuck, or who the fuck are we to tell Iran they can't have one? But Israel has 100, 200. So this is what this is all about. So now, here we go. This is the brief history of what went down. Now let me tell you what's going to go down. Again, Donald Trump is big in France right now behind the scenes. Man, I fucked up. This was Trump called, I guess he called Macron of France, say, hey, cool, I fucked up, bro. He said, what do you mean you fucked up? Both of them sniffing cocaine right now on this phone call. You know, cheating on their wives in a hotel with a dude and 4 girls that look like a dude. But because they're going to the Epstein file. Yeah, them niggas are compromised. So he called a friend and said, hey, look, man, this nigga Benjamin Netanyahu, man, this nigga, man, he made me do some crazy shit. How can he make you do some shit, man? Because if I wouldn't have did what he told me to do, he was going to put that paper out where that boy raped me with that tent spike. That's going to be in them Epstein papers. They do why y'all got to understand this shit. Them Epstein papers, oh, them a motherfucker. This is why Trump doing what he doing. So he talking to the president of France, saying, yeah, man, I fuck around, man. I threw some rocks over there in Bougainville yard, and them niggas started shooting him. That's what happened. That nigga threw some rocks in Iran, and Iran then hit 27 motherfucking military bases. Throughout the Middle East, they done hit Kuwait. Saudi Arabia got hit and said, we declare war. Of course you would. The United States created Saudi Arabia back in the 50s, not the 40s. This is history leading up to what you're seeing right now. Again, they're telling Iran, you cannot build a nuclear weapon. Why the fuck not? Guess what? Any country that has a nuclear weapon, do you see the United States trying to bully them? Again, take for instance, North Korea. Why aren't they fucking with Kim? They got a military base. South Korea. The whole country of South Korea is a military base. Do y'all realize we have 500 military bases around the world? 500 military bases around the world. At least 8 of them surrounds the country of Iran. Oh yeah. Those countries, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, have been struck. And it hasn't been their infrastructure that's being hit. It is the military bases that the United States has basically in them folks' country. And guess what them folks in Saudi Arabia are doing? Every time Iran hit one of our military assets, they cheering like a... Do y'all realize Saudi Arabia is the biggest country of fucking perverts? Them motherfuckers in them Epstein files that's about to come out. Because keep in mind, there's 3 million more fucking pages. 3 million. And in these first ones come out, you got Donald Trump being accused allegedly of giving Bill Clinton some head. The reason why Donald Trump is wearing those campers was recently revealed in the Epstein file because somebody basically violated him with a tent spike in a sensitive area. Yeah, Donald Trump was involved in some gay-ass PDFs. When I say PDF, y'all know what that is. He was involved in some deep shit. Think about it. Again, in these papers that they released, his name is mentioned 31,000 motherfucking times. So he is being blackmailed to the point he cannot say or do nothing but what Benjamin Netanyahu tells him. So, given the history that I try to incoherent, let me read some of y'all comments. Hey, JT, appreciate that, man. Hey, I be needing that encouragement, man. Long live IMID. Hey, his birthday should be coming up. Oh, I don't think we missed it. But anyway, JT, appreciate that love, man. Kylo, what's going on? KV, what's up? Uh, um, man, it's a lot of y'all here. Carlos, my boy Kylo, what's up? Iran not playing, Carlos. Iran is not. Hey, Don Dada, what's up? Yeah, Iran. Hey, Iran is not playing. Iran has had this motherfucking one moment on their mind. Think about it. Again, going back to the 50s when the United States successfully overthrew the country of Iran. Now here we are, almost 75 years later, they at this shit again. On behalf this time of Israel, because Donald Trump is being heavily blackmailed. Now, Congress right now is about to call pretty much an emergency in Congress because Donald Trump has violated the under the United States Constitution Article, I think 18.1 or whatever. No president can start a war. But you got to go back and look at 9/11 when Bush created, they actually gave a little leeway. I forget what that motherfucking law was called. That they, it was under the National Defense Act, where the president can take certain action, but Congress had to, only Congress can declare war. What Donald Trump did was totally outside the Constitution, totally outside of the Geneva Convention, totally outside every law written, whether it be Shreveport law, Louisiana law, the United States law, motherfucking national law, international law, every law that could be broken. Donald Trump did that when he attacked a non-aggressive country for no reason. And they did it again. They did it in last June. When they did it last June, Benjamin Netanyahu had to call Donald Trump and say, look, we fucked up, man. We really wasn't ready like we thought we would. Can you get them niggas to stop shooting at us? That's what happened in last June. Donald Trump had to make a negotiation where he told, this is what happened behind the negotiation. I be doing the research. This is actually what happened in June. He said, hey, look, man, he talking to the people of Iranian leadership. We got to do something to get Israel off both our backs. Y'all let me just hit this Fordham Fordham site, nuclear site, or whatever. Y'all let me hit these two with just a few small bombs, and then I let y'all hit these two targets here. We can call a ceasefire. In this case, ain't no ceasefire. Iran told them folks, bro, we're not playing with you. It's like you sitting up here saying you want us to not only not try to get a nuclear weapon, but y'all don't want us to even have ballistic weapons to protect us from these motherfuckers over here in Israel who has nuclear weapons and are continuing to kill our people. Most recently, the Ayatollah. Now watch what you're going to hear in your mainstream media. More and more, you're going to start hearing more about the Shah. The Shah. That's that dude whose daddy the United States used back in the 50s to overthrow Iran then. They're going to use him to try to go over there and y'all gotta understand what regime change means. They're trying to get all the leadership in Iran out right now so that they can rule that country by proxy. Put in the Shah. But by murdering the Ayatollah, they fucked up. Because not only was he valuable, they overlooked the fact that he is an icon for all the Shiite Muslims. Oh shit, we forget deep now. When we talk about the different branches of Islam over there, you got the Wahhabi and you got the Shiite. This shit here has ignited the whole Shiite community to the point now, guess what? They got to deal with the Houthis in Yemen. This is how deep this shit gets, y'all. The Yemenis who have struck motherfucking U.S. airplanes at a rate of one a week when we was at war with them last year, to the point Donald Trump had to back down. The Yemenis, not forget Hezbollah in Libya now. You see what I'm saying? You got Iraq. I forget what the group in Iraq. Man, you got all these countries now fighting with Iran, plus the motherfucking the two jokers, the two highest card, China and Russia. So do you think Russia is going to let motherfucking the United States overthrow Iran, and Iran is on the border of Russia, which same as Ukraine, who's on the border with Russia, and the United States is trying to get a foothold in that area to, again, try to weaken Russia. Man, this shit's so big, it'll make your brain pop. I'm trying to explain it to y'all the best I can in the shortest time I can. Let me go back and look at some of y'all comments. Let me see. But this is what's happening. But you know what? We in America looking at? Our kids looking at Meg Stallion and these hoes out here teaching your daughters how to sell pussy. Some of y'all look good. I hate to say this, some of y'all look good, but got caught up in the Epstein files. Being a victim of some of these motherfucking people with money, because all this is Donald Trump and other people with money. Ask yourself, Donald Trump done made almost $3 billion since he been in office this second time. You gotta realize the corruption. This again why Putin say America is nothing but a bunch of vampires, homosexuals, and gangsters. Now, I don't want to offend nobody, but this is what Vladimir Putin said. You got the PDF files taking advantage of these little kids, getting blackmail, looking puffing them on there. Y'all heard that disturbing ass video, audio with Puffy at Meek Mills? This shit is real. Jeffrey Epstein was Baphomet. A Baal. Now he was Baal. You have Baphomet and you have Baal. Jeffrey Epstein now was the one. Now this how real this shit is. Let me go bring the Bible into it. Remember the kids in the Bible, they were sacrificing their kids to either the god Molech or Baal. Yeah, this is what them folks really believe, and this is why the Epstein papers are so important. Man, we would say the sacrificing of lives. Children in particular, because according to their religion, if you read the Bible, they believe that consuming the energy, basically, we're going to say, of other humans puts you in a spiritual place, basically the worship of Baal. And this is what them folk were doing. Donald Trump, including Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, all your politicians, if you had any source of influence that was world known, you were going to be tested. And most people didn't pass that test. And guess who was the teacher giving a lesson? Jeffrey Epstein. Guess who he worked for? Not Caddo Parish School Board. He worked for the School Board of Israel, the IDF, the Mossad. His job was to catch your politicians here in America in such compromising positions that they could not do shit for us, the citizens, because they had to put Israel first. Trump is doing this shit for fucking Israel. Why? Why is he doing it for Israel? Who gives a fuck what Israel got going on? Israel got free motherfucking college for their kids. A country of 8 million. 8 motherfucking million. There's 350 million people in America and 8 billion people on the planet. Who gives a fuck about Israel? Y'all excuse my language. I mean, I get hyped because you Christians here in America are complicit in that shit. Because most of you diehard Republican Christians are in agreement with a man who fucking lied to you in your fucking face, telling you, every promise he gave you, stupid motherfuckers, in that primary, in that election, he has violated in your face. I will be the president of peace. You still fighting war with Russia through Ukraine. I must end all the regime change. Now you just started a fucking war to change the regime of Iran. Do y'all Republicans really understand that you MAGA folks? I hope you all are not following that stereotype where y'all some dumb, backwards ass trailer park motherfuckers, but it's starting to look like that. If you still supporting Trump after his name has been mentioned 31,000 times already, he's trying not to let another 1 million of those 3 million motherfucking more papers come out where he can go to jail. The whole government in America to crash, not just from an economic situation, but from the Epstein files. This is why Epstein was so goddamn important. This is what y'all don't understand. Your government is captured right now. We are literally occupied. Just like we fought the American Revolution in the 1700s to be free of British occupation, motherfucking niggas, people, white boy, none of these people call themselves so wise and woke. Understand that we are occupied now by Israel because they control your motherfucking politicians, your corporate president, your CEO, some of the most, Bill Gates, motherfucking Jeff Bezos are compromised, Elon Musk. People who run the world have been compromised, and now they are running the world for the Israelis. Y'all forgive me for getting passionate, but it kills me to see that motherfuckers not understanding what's really going on and want to talk all this fancy shit like they do. Man, this shit is so real that, again, if you don't understand world politics, you'll never understand why ICE is doing what they're doing. You know why? The same group of people who are committing a genocide against Palestinians, the IDF, is training ICE. They're working alongside ICE here in America. ICE's job is not about no motherfucking immigration. It's about brutal crackdown on public information. They don't want you to no more exercise your First Amendment right, freedom of speech, and freedom of protest. They don't want that shit no more because this country is crashing. Iran kicking our ass right now. Israel maybe might use the Samson option. Because they're not going to be able to sustain this type of bombardment. The United States, Donald Trump was warned. If you go back and read the New York Times last week, he was told by one of his generals, man, we're not ready for it. His top motherfucking general told him, we're not ready for this, man. Look how all the weapons we done wasted against the Ukraine in the last 4 years. Look how much money we gave Israel in weapons to commit this genocide in the last 3 years. Look at that between Ukraine and Israel in the last 3 years, we done gave almost over $1 trillion to these two countries. This is why Donald Trump now is trying to raise the motherfucking military budget this year to $1.5 trillion. Just a year and a half ago, it was like $800 billion. $1.5 trillion to fight these wars that you and I are being told are righteous. But because we are so naive in America, again, watching baseball, football, rap stars, and all this dumb shit, we have forgotten that America's only 350 million people. We all realize the rest of the world. You put it like this: United States and Europe. I'm finna end this video. United States and Europe. Trump won't war. Amy Williams, hey, what's up, kid folks? All the other presidents pay Israel. Trump ain't paying Trump. Nah, M. Trump is he's fucked. Trump is more fucked than any other president that's mentioned in that Epstein file. Do y'all realize? Now again, I'm gonna bring this up. Y'all go look this shit up for yourself. There's one email from one of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump partners. The boy, he emailed Jeffrey Epstein, he said, boy, your boy Trump is a real wild guy. Basically, I'm paraphrasing it. Now, this is not alleged what was said, but it's alleged what I'm going to say. Because he said, man, your boy Trump is a real wild guy. Epstein said, yeah, I know. And so he said, is it true that Trump gave BC, Bill Clinton? He said, is it true that T gave BC some head the other night? And Jeffrey Epstein say, shit, anything's true with Trump. Now, what I'm saying is alleged, yeah. He said, but the question was that, they saying that he gave him some fellatio. Trump is so deep into that as far as the perversion of being a PDF file. He out there bad with it. He was violating the personal rights of men and women, little boys and little girls. Do y'all realize they were hunting people down there? Yeah, where do you think they got that movie with Ice-T from? Survive the Game, where they would let these niggas go, or the Hunger Games, they'll let these people go, and if you can survive this hunt, we've been indoctrinated with the movies. They would have gave you a movie if they wasn't doing that shit. Think about it. So again, this shit goes deep. Trump he's compromised to the point, and he don't want pictures of one guy hit him in the back, one nigga got a thing in his ear. Trump like some shit. Trump was super free. And Epstein got all that shit. So that means Israel got all that shit. Israel got all that shit, that information. Israel got all that information on Trump. Trump was a super freak. They might have Trump on a motherfucking video with an elephant, an antelope, and an octopus. That's how wild Trump was. Yeah. And you Republican, how can you justify that shit? You Democrat can't justify it because Bill Clinton, we know for a fact, flew down to Epstein Island 20-some times. I'm saying all this about Epstein to get you all to understand. Your government is captive. Only difference is between us and the people in the 1700s, 1766 people. They didn't have all this shit to distract us. YouTube, Google, traveling the internet. They didn't have that type of environment. They saw the king's tyranny and they did something about it. We here in America see the republic's tyranny because we're nothing more than the new Roman Empire that the Bible speaks in Revelation. No, don't let me get off into the Bible and Revelation. So America is finna be destroyed. All you gotta do is study chapter 19 of Revelation. I ain't got time for that here, but yeah, we're that great Babylon, where all the merchants of the world came to supply their wares. Yeah, when John saw that shit, John saw the last Babylon. Daniel, in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, say verse 1-2, say, close the book, O Daniel, for in the end time, man shall travel to and fro in the earth, and knowledge shall increase. He told Daniel to shut up these prophecies that I told you about. In these last days, men will become so knowledgeable that they will be able to travel to and fro in the earth, and knowledge shall increase. Well, most of you all will just really say men will be able to go back and forth. No, man will be able to instantaneously sit down here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and read a motherfucking book on the internet. Daniel saw the internet. That's what he saw. He said, when you close up these books for thousands of fucking years, all this knowledge I told you is going to be lost. But when you look at a point, they ain't gonna be able to travel, whether it's on a plane or ship, all across the world. Nothing hindering us. You can get on a plane now, and in 15, here's report, in 20 hours, be in fucking Africa. But you don't need a plane to gain knowledge, because all you gotta do is use this fucking internet to get outside your world. Get outside that box. Stop thinking outside the box. Because what? If you thinking outside the box, that means you in that motherfucker and you're surrounded. You're in a prison. Get outside that box and think. Use the internet more than looking at your local, national. Look at shit, what's going on around the world. Study the history of the world that you live in. You will not be deceived. We are being deceived by the god Baal. Because Baal's people run this motherfucking earth. Those same people who you Christians might think I'm crazy, but it's in your Bible. They sacrifice their children to Baal. Your priests, your politicians. And this is what's happening now. And this is what has us in this fucking war. Boy, I went off into a tangent. So, Apostle, hey, what's up, Apostle Harry? No, I'm just trying to give a little knowledge. And see, the knowledge that I give, it's, I thought it was rain, man. That's that motherfucker. Now, the knowledge that I try to give is the knowledge that a lot of y'all try to go to church today. A lot of y'all went to mosque Friday. Some of y'all went to synagogue Friday to Saturday. I've been a part of religion. Used to be an ordained minister. But I have been blessed to see everything for everything. And now, when I speak these things, you all can space it off as a lunatic Negro. Why is it that I'm telling you now? The United States is trying, Donald Trump is finna fuck up. So come tomorrow morning, he got to answer to Congress. How did you do this shit here? We thought we was in negotiations with Iran. We thought we were going to at least get them not to enrich then whatever enrichment that they do. That this is what the deal that came up yesterday before we started bombing them. Iran was willing to go down in the negotiation to, we could just enrich a certain amount, but we can't store it in our country. We're willing to store it in this country. This country say they'll take our enriched nuclear, enriched nuclear product. But the United States was like, no enrichment whatsoever. But again, how you gonna tell Iran that they can have no enrichment, and not even for medical purpose? You know, because you do uranium is used in motherfucking chemotherapy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Every country is able, that has the capability of nuclear enrichment of uranium. Every country is able to do it. Why are they telling Iran they can't do it? Out of all the countries on the planet that has nuclear enrichment, why are they telling Iran they can't have none? They make it impossible for Iran to say, well, look, now we're not going to accept this agreement. You see what I'm saying? Why is it now that the little agreement that they can make on enrichment is now Israel is pushing, well, they have to also give up their ballistic missile capability. Iran say, no, fuck that. But we might well stop the talk. What Israel is asking Donald Trump to demand from the Iranians is that the Iranians cannot defend themselves, because they want them to give up their nuclear enrichment program, and they want them to give up their ballistic missile program, which is what you use to defend yourself. Again, Iran, if they would have built that motherfucking nuclear weapon 5 years ago, this shit would not have happened. But the late Ayatollah, may he rest in peace, and God take vengeance on those who took his life. I speak that. But the Ayatollah implemented what's called a fatwa, meaning it was against the spiritual, religious, moral principles of the Shiite brand of Islam to have a nuclear weapon. Biggest mistake he ever made. Because now, not having a nuclear weapon has his country getting bombed. Israel, they say Israel and America they doing at least 200 flights, in so many hours, every so many hours. But all Iran got to do is just sit back and keep hitting our military bases. Keep hitting our, because there is the Lincoln, not the Lincoln. One of those aircraft carriers that Donald Trump bragged about has been hit. They don't know who hit it. Because now again, by striking Iran, we got to fight the Houthis from Yemen, Hezbollah in Libya, a couple you got Ansarallah, I think Ansarallah in in Iraq. All these countries, or at the same time, are doing their own thing on behalf of the Gazan people. It ain't about Iran. All this shit really about Gaza, Israel. That's another story. But anyway, man, I've been on this thing a little bit too long. What time is it? Let me see. Let me see if I can find some of y'all comment. Got a private luxury jet. What's up, Kenya? Hold on, Tiffany. I'll be real. I'll be offering this thing, y'all. I don't do it so much as often as I used to do it. It be take me time to realize, I need to go and look at the comments and things. I might have missed a lot of y'all comments, and I might have just went off. But I gave y'all a brief history. Man, I've been studying this shit since I was a child. World history. I'm thinking about going to get me a motherfucking degree sometime. Literally, this ain't no bullshit. I'm gonna get me a history degree. I love history. But y'all need to study history and understand what's going on today. Take your cell phone, throw that bitch away if you don't look at alternative sources of media. Man, like here in America, you go listen to people like Max Blumenthal. You can go listen to Andrew Napolitano. There's multiple sources. I look at Wuhan. I look at Middle East Eye, Shanghai. Every morning I wake up, especially since the internet. Going back to Daniel, when he made the internet possible for me, yeah, I watch a little football, little rap videos or whatever. Man, I'm using this shit to soak up knowledge about this world that's going on around me. While most people thinking about motherfucking 10 blocks outside their motherfucking, their zip code. I've been through my zip code, and I'm now at a point where I'm understanding why is it so important that Donald Trump struck Iran. There's a lot of shit going on we here in America don't ask questions about. That's why I'm here to ask questions and give you the answers. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry I ain't get a chance to answer y'all questions. Share this video. Leave a question or comment. I'll get to it. And again, I ain't really want to go off on a tangent because I know I can get lost and go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. But that's how deep you have to think about this shit, bro. You cannot just see what they're telling you here in America. I'm going to say this now. When I was working for NBC, the affiliate here, especially in motherfucking Shreveport, and call letters, but I had to be there. The news came on at a certain time. I had to be there almost 2 hours early because every morning at a certain time, us at NBC, those at CBS, ABC, Fox, all these people had to get this memo that came down from the head I guess you say studio, the studio people gave us a list of shit to say when it came to international politics. They gave us a script. We cannot deviate from that script, but we can tell what's going on in our neighborhood, our city, and our state. We can talk about local, national, and state issues. But when it came to international issues, every broadcast company was given one statement when it came to world news. What you're getting right now is Iran is horrible. Iran has done this, Iran is this and that. Tell me, how many countries in the last 300 years has Iran invaded? I'll give you 3 seconds. Do, 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 do. None. The United States has invaded at least 5 that we know about: Iraq, Iran, Libya, Syria, or Nigeria, Sudan. Right now, somebody they're not even gonna have a good morning. It sound like in the house. It sound like a house. It sound like we was in the house. I don't know, man. They're not gonna have a good evening. Anyway, damn, they still shoot. Anyway, see that look at the shit we go over in America. We talking about that, but yeah. Anyway, let me end this shit, y'all. Iran is putting it on our ass. Iran has not attacked another country in 300 years, or invaded another country. The United States has violated and invaded, motherfucking shit. Look what they just did to Nicolas Maduro. They just kidnapped the president of one country and just murdered the Shah of Iran, the most important people, not just in Iran, person in Iran, but in Shiite Islam. Man, let me go. Hey, thank y'all, man. Like, share this page, man. Y'all be blessed.